Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says that it is time to be excited about the airdrop coming up, Flare Network's Spark tokens. And I'm sure at this point, pretty much every human under the sun, at least that's in the XRP community, is aware that you have an opportunity to get some free Spark tokens that will be distributed at a yet-to-be-determined date. So I'm on board. I'm going to get all excited. Let's just party. I'm about to slam a couple 40s right here. It's going to be off the hizzy or whatever. I don't know what the kids are. What's the youth saying these days? I don't know. You have to let me know. But this was interesting because, Flare Networks, certainly not part of Ripple, but, they're backed. And the interesting part about this is, and I'm going to share with you some actual quotes, but it comes down to utility. This is what Brad Garlinghouse is always talking about when it comes to the long-term viability of any cryptocurrency. It's that it must solve a real-world problem, and Brad Garlinghouse insists here that is indeed the case, and he says people in the XRP community are rightfully excited about all of this. And I am looking forward to it. There are airdrops all the damn time, right? And most of them end up being nothing. Sometimes they pump and then dump right away. Some of them are just nonsense scams, stuff like that. This one, I don't know what's going to happen with the price action. I don't pretend to. But this one in particular has some serious backing, right? You just wait. I got some updates to share with you in this video on that topic. But before we go any further, if you would please ever so delicately tap the like button, I would definitely appreciate the support. And if you agree that it makes sense to be excited about the Spark airdrop, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambeau channel and take my free content, damn it. All right, into this piece from the Daily Huddle. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says he believes XRP investors have good reason to be excited about the launch of Flare's smart contract system and the upcoming Spark token airdrop for owners of the third largest cryptocurrency. In a new interview with CNN, Garlinghouse says Flare's push to bring smart contracts to the XRP ledger shows the flexibility and utility of digital assets. And here's a quote from Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. This is a very exciting startup. They're doing some very interesting stuff with something called the Spark token, but it is really distinct from what Ripple is doing. To me, it's just a further example of people's recognition that XRP is such an efficient digital asset, and as you and I have talked about, utility will drive the long-term value of any digital asset. See, by the way, does anybody really think that the 7,000 plus cryptocurrencies that exist today, like they're all just going to be around in like a couple decades? Like people are just going to be trading them, even though they never do anything? At some point, they're all going to go the way of the dodo, my favorite extinct avian creature. And so what that'll look like when these coins go bye-bye, it's not that the blockchains necessarily will all go away. I mean, maybe at some point. But really what it's going to look like is these cryptocurrencies, they're going to get delisted from exchanges, because eventually as people figure out where the true value is, that's where the money's going to flow. And eventually there won't be enough liquidity for these stupid cryptos that don't do a damn thing. Dogecoin. Seriously. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. A little cough out of nowhere. I think I'm doing okay here. That's what it's going to look like. These coins that people stop throwing money into them. We're just not at a phase, due to the nascency of the asset class. We're just not at a point where people are going to sufficiently parse out the differences between cryptocurrencies, because if they did, they'd see that almost none of them do a freaking damn thing, right? But anyway, Brad Garlinghouse said some more stuff. Here's some more quote action. Seeing a company like Flare Networks and seeing them use the XRP network in various ways is an opportunity to go forward, but it doesn't affect RippleNet customers and how we are using on-demand liquidity for our customers. And so, as far as what the coming airdrop will mean for XRP holders, Garlinghouse says investors are rightfully excited about the possibilities. And I'll tell you what, I'm actually most excited, since people don't care a damn bit about utility. I'm most excited for this thing to hopefully get listed and hopefully pump. That would get me excited. No, I'm kidding. I really do hope, of course, there's long-term viability here, because the reason that I invest in XRP, even though I know that not enough people invest this way in 2020, it's because I know that XRP is actually functionally being used today. And so to me, this actually does matter. And I don't know when or how quickly people's minds will be changed. And so I don't want to be caught holding the bag of some coin that doesn't do a damn thing and won't ever do a damn thing when that happens. So given that's the case, I will only invest in cryptocurrencies that I understand and that actually solve a real-world problem. Do something, right? But here's another quote from Brad Garlinghouse. I think XRP holders are deservedly excited about what Flare is doing. I'm excited about what Flare is doing. As we've said, anytime you're seeing real utility solving a real problem, and I think Flare has carved out an interesting niche, and as they move forward with this airdrop of Spark tokens, I'm optimistic for them. I've met the management team there. I think they're very talented, and I think they have a clear vision of the problem they're going to solve. I'm ready for it, man. I have told you this on the channel before. It's not like it happens every single time, but I remember seeing coins get listed in 2017 and early 2018 get listed on Binance, and because that's the exchange I used to use back in the day. Now there's Binance US because I'm in the United States, but previously United States citizens were allowed to use Binance. They can't anymore. But I remember just watching coins get listed like the minute they'd get listed, and the activity was just absurd. There were so many people making just crazy money. I'm absolutely certain of this. And then you see something like the Yearn Finance coin. Why? I think that's what's called, right? Yearn Finance, a stupid DeFi coin that the owner, by the way, said should be worth nothing. The owner said it should be worth nothing, and then the damn thing went from like in the early days being worth $3 to over $40,000. I don't know what it's priced at now. I haven't looked, but it went from $3 to over $40,000. Summer of 2020. This just happened, and the owner said it shouldn't even do anything. People will frickin' trade and speculate on anything, man. It's frickin' ridiculous. You gotta love crypto. You've gotta love crypto, right? I'm having a good time with this. Now, as far as advancements here, take a look at this headline. Binance US announces support for XRP fork Flare. And so that brings the count. Oh, shoot, I just counted before I recorded. What was the number? I think it was 66. I believe it's definitely 60-something. I believe that there are 66 exchanges listed here now. That is insane. When I reported just like a couple days ago when I last brought this up, I think it was at like 52, maybe 54. Like, this is just insane. And some of these are major exchanges, including some on-demand liquidity partners with Ripple. Like I just saw BTC Markets there. I know there are others here. I can't remember if Bitstamp off the top of my head. Maybe I'm not going to go through the whole thing. They're there. There's Bitstamp right there. Okay. So and Bittrex. So there you go. There's a few on-demand liquidity partners right there. And Bitso. Yeah, there's another on-demand liquidity partner. So it's just growing and growing and growing. And so as far as the token actually getting listed on exchanges, well, to my knowledge, there have been no announcements that any of these exchanges are going to allow for the trading of the token. But like I've said in the past, it would be weird to me if they never because otherwise, man, I get it. There's enough clamoring from customers at these exchanges. They want to make sure that the XRP held in the exchanges doesn't leave. Totally get that, but you would think at some point they'd want to make money on the buying and selling of this thing. And so here's Binance US's official website here, and they write, Binance US to provide XRP balance snapshots in advance of Flare distributions. This is just them acknowledging that indeed they will be offering, they'll be the custodian for your Spark tokens at the inception of this. So they're basically all they're doing. This just means that they're creating a bunch of wallets, and so if you're an XRP holder, you're going to have a wallet that's just, you don't have to do any of the work, and you're just going to have your Spark tokens given to you as soon as they're distributed at the pace that Flare Networks is going to distribute them, which, by the way, is not all at once, but that's a whole different thing here. So it's just a wallet, though. It's just a wallet, and then you can go ahead and custody it yourself if you want to. But you can see they even write here, where's I looking right? Here we go. They have this little section titled, What Do I Need to Know? And the third bullet point is the following. Providing snapshots to XRP holders does not guarantee the listing of Spark on Binance US. And hey, fair enough. I appreciate the transparency there. But I would be shocked if at some point it didn't get traded. So these free tokens, I think, will be worth something. And if there's true utility to be had at some point, I believe humans will recognize that. So I'm probably just going to hold the damn things. You know, I'm not counting on it necessarily being anything, but you never know. What if it is? What if it's worth a whole lot in the future? Who knows? So we shall see. But I'll go ahead and wrap it up there. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!